Howdy there. So yesterday I watched Temple Grandin. It's an HBO original movie about Temple Grandin. It's basically her life story. Though she was born and suffered her entire life from autism, she managed to revolutionize animal husbandry and agriculture despite her handicap. And it's basically the story of that. The trials and the tribulations that she faced in her life. Stars Claire Danes as the titular Temple Grandin, Catherine O'Hara, Julia Ormond, David Strathairn, written by Christopher Monger and William Merritt Johnson, and directed by Mick Jackson. Mick Jackson I recognize. I can't think of why I know that name, but I do know his name. I rented this because, one, I think Claire Danes is a fantastic and underappreciated actress. I've had a crush on her since My So-Called Life, which was one of my favorite television shows as a youngster. Again, I think she's unbelievable. So I was looking forward to seeing her performance. And also, I'd say somewhere around the age of 14, I worked at a camp for handicapped kids, actually people. And for whatever reason, they kind of assigned me to the autistic guys. And I don't know, well, I mean, it changed my life. You know, I had never met an autistic person, and now I was spending, you know, a month on end with them. So it was, you know, life-changing, eye-opening. And I've worked with autistic people since. I still work with the autistic. They're far younger than me now, but it's definitely interesting to be familiar with the condition. I guess I could call it a disease. I don't know. It just seems so harsh. Because a lot of the times, the people affected are, you know, brilliant, and people you certainly wouldn't call them diseased. So that's why I'm kind of stick with the word condition there. So I was definitely interested to see this movie, and it's been a while. It also won pretty much every television film award there was. It won the Golden Globe, it won the SAG Award, it won I think it won the Emmy. I don't know if they've had the Emmys yet or would have had the Emmy. I think they did, but I think pretty sure it won the Emmy. If it didn't, it most likely will. So there were several reasons I wanted to check this out. All HBO original movies kind of, you know, especially ones that are only 2 hours. If they take the time and do like a 6-hour miniseries, then it's something a little bit different. And I don't think I could technically review on this site or hobby. Like, for instance, I watched John Adams, you know, a while ago. I didn't review John Adams because it's like 8 hours long and it's epic and it's amazing. So, again, it doesn't really fit the structure of, you know, the 2-hour film that I'm really wanting to go for here. But all the HBO original movies kind of come down to focusing on one character and having the rest of the characters be satellites and slightly not formed as well, or well written, but the main character is, you know, like a banquet feast for an actor. And Claire Danes really tears into it. I think her performance is amazing. She, you know, really loses herself in here, I think. I mean, great stuff. All of the acting is really good. No one else has to do that much. They basically just have to hit a couple notes but still, it's all very good. David Strathairn, I mean, he's always good. He seems very underused here. I mean, his role comes down to a couple of, I guess they're key, but only a couple of key scenes. I think Julia Ormond was very good here. She was the mom, challenged. It seemed, you know, she is either challenged or relieved in this movie. She's very good here. Catherine O'Hara, who you don't really get to see much, she's very good here. I was just happy to see her working. So, you know, you put Catherine O'Hara in a movie, and I'm going to kind of like it because Catherine O'Hara is hilarious and likable. So it was good to see her here. It was very fascinating. I always love movies that give you a glimpse into a world that you might not know, and that's the case here. You get to see the inner workings of the cattle industry, the slaughterhouse industry, and I grew up around that, but still, you know, didn't know anything about it. Here I get a little glimpse, and I mean, it's not like super educational, but again, you get a glimpse into a world that you might not know anything about, so I think that's redeemable. Also, you learn a lot about the disease, the condition of autism. You learn you learn a lot about human nature. So it is pretty good. I just realized that I haven't given it a ranking yet, and I'll go ahead and go with an 8. I feel that the performance, which is, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm not sure, because I just watched You Know Jack, or You Don't Know Jack, and I gave it a 7, basically because it was kind of sparsely written with the exception of the central performance. And that's the same critique I have here. I think I just liked the film a little bit more. It was definitely more uplifting, inspiring, and the performance from Claire Danes is, wonderful. And, it seemed to go pretty quick. It was pretty cookie cutter. I mean, pretty much by the numbers. In terms of layout or screenplay, this is nothing revolutionary. But again, the acting is excellent. It's absorbing. I mean, you believe it. You believe it. So I think that's good. Again, I have no problems giving it an 8 because of the subject matter. I will admit, because of the subject matter and the performance from Claire Danes. So if you have never seen Temple Grandin, we'll definitely check it out. I think it's worth it. So that's Temple Grandin. I'll give it an 8. Thanks for watching.